cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital edition. General Hospitals edition. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Today is Monday, January the 9th, 2023. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I will be going live on Friday the 13th. You regular time, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 on the West Coast. If it ends up changing, I go live a little bit earlier. I will definitely let you know. Let's get into this right here. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to give this one like a 8. It was solid. It was solid, and it moved the storyline along, which is all you can ask for. So we see Nicholas and Alexis. So he meets her. She cancels her meetings and everything because Nicholas says, "I need to talk to you." And so she's like, "Okay, what is it? What do you want?" And he says, "I need advice, like legal advice." And she said, "Baby, listen, I already done told you." He said, "No, listen to me. I need this advice." He says, Esme, Esme came ashore, she washed up and she was like, "Yeah, I heard about Esme and everything." And he said, "She's pregnant with my baby." Baby, Alexis was me. Because the way her mouth dropped open, y'all, I had to rewind it like 3, 4 times. Because I said, "Baby, that is me. Like, what did you just say to me?" And she said, "Nicholas, what have you done? That is your son's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend." And he says, I don't have time for that right now." And then Nicholas said, "I want full custody of the baby. The baby can't be raised by Esme." I said, "The baby can't be raised by you, sir." And she said, "Okay, so." She was like, and you might know that my baby was taken away from me when as my father took my child away from me, so I can't help you get full custody." She said, "What I can do is recommend you a good lawyer. But as far as taking a child, I don't care if it is Cassadine. I don't care. I'm not helping you." She said, "And Esme, she not the Esme do love that baby now. I don't know how much she loves it. She threw herself off the edge. What do they call it? I forget every single time what they call it, but she threw herself off knowing and when she said from womb to tomb, I said, "Girl, what?" So I don't know how much she loved baby Ace, but child, it is what it is. And so then he talking about, Spencer's upset with me. And she said, "Do you blame him?" And so he has pretty much moved on from Spencer. And she said, "Nicholas, you still have a child." He said, "Spencer wants nothing to do with me, so I need to focus on this baby." She said, "No, you don't get to do that as a parent." And I said, "Tell him, Alexis, like, Nicholas, what's wrong with you?" Y'all know Nicholas is one of my faves because I like the actor who plays him. I know y'all like Tyler Christopher, but I never liked him as Nicholas. But anyways, so I said, Nicholas, you can't just act like you don't have a son because you undid your son wrong and he don't want anything to do with you. That is still your child, and you still need to make that relationship work. You need to try harder because honestly, you haven't been the best dad. And Alexis said the same thing too. He has not been the best dad, but Nicholas is focused on this baby and he wants full custody, and he don't want Esme having nothing to do with this baby. I said, "You need to get over there to Windermere because Demetrius let all your business out." So then we see Jordan and Dante want to go in and talk to Esme, and Martin said, I'm gonna have to stop y'all from that. Y'all not finna go in." And so then Terry and what's her name? Elizabeth are talking, right? Because they're trying to figure out, because Terry is all, still upset. It's the next day. Britt has only been dead. She hasn't even been dead 24 hours, and Terry is already up having to, she gotta do what she gotta do. And she said, "Britt will want me to do this, focus on work and everything." But she's upset, and you know, Elizabeth said, "Now listen, Britt and I weren't the best, but she was a hard work. Like, she respected how her work ethic, and they came some kind of close because you was at the girl party. Excuse me." So y'all became had some type of friendship. So she was like, "I'm sorry about this." And then while they're trying to talk this through, Jordan, Martin, and Dante come up and they say, "Hey, we need to y'all, you can't let them go in here and interrogate Esme." And she said her doctor gave the clear, and then Finn come walking through. So Terry said, "Finn, check on this. Like, I don't have time for this. Check on this and see if she's clear. She can be interrogated. If she's not, they need to leave her alone." And Finn was like, "I got you." And so then we see Jordan, Martin, Dante, and Esme in the room, and Finn said she good to go. So they said, "Okay, we can talk to her, ask her a few questions." But Martin told Esme, they can ask you the questions, but you don't have to answer any of these, okay? You don't have to answer any of these questions. And it was like, okay, cool. And so then we see, so they're asking her questions about where she lived. Esme don't remember nothing. They showing her pictures of Josh, Trina, Oz, Spencer, Cameron. They showing her everything. She don't remember nothing. And honestly, at this point, I put out this survey. I don't think Esme remembers. I don't think she remembers it. But anyways, so Martin told them that okay, she answered, y'all need to go. So then Martin tells Esme, we need to find out where you've been because you need an alibi. Because he said, honestly, they got a weak case on you. So we need to find out where you've been. Because he was like the only person that can say, yes, Esme is the one. I'm sorry, y'all. Mila had to put on a toy. The only person that can say, yes, Esme is the one who drugged me. Esme is, I sold her the phone. He did, you know. So I don't know how all this works, but anyways, then he says, and as far as the rest of it, if we could find you're 7 months pregnant, I don't believe you could have done this. So if we could find out where you've been the last few months, you could have an alibi. And she was like, thank you. Wait a minute, sister. You see, mommy's doing this. Anyways, let's move on. I'm sorry about that, guys. So then we see Jordan and Dante, and they saying the same thing. Dante said, "I don't think it's Esme." It was like because think about it, she would have to take all these people down, and they said they was fighting with her or whatever. Britt said she wrestled with her for a few minutes, so there's no way that Britt, who worked in OB, wouldn't have noticed that Esme was pregnant. No, ma'am, mama. As soon as I'm done, we can get you a snack. And so he doesn't believe that she's the hook killer. And so then Finn and Elizabeth talking, she said, that was really nice of you, what you did with Terry. He says, thanks. And he said, I know this is hard on you seeing Esme. And she said, Finn, you don't have to pretend that you care. And he said, I do care, or whatever. And then Elizabeth's about to tell Finn about Esme. And then Jordan them come up and they stop her. And Jordan says, Elizabeth, can I speak to you for a few moments? And Elizabeth said, give me a minute. She said, it'll only take a second. I don't like when people do that. Don't tell me what I need to do with my time. Don't prioritize my time for me. If I told you to give me a second, give me a second. But Elizabeth go on and talk. She was like, I already gave y'all my statement on Esme. And they was like, was she pregnant? You didn't see it? She was like, it happened so fast. She was wearing all black. I don't know. I was fuzzy after she knocked me out. And they were like, okay, we got it. And so then Finn gonna stick his nose in. Y'all know how Finn do. I think y'all should check Windermere. I don't know who she was with, but I know where she was probably. You should check Windermere. I said, now Finn. See, this is why Elizabeth can't be with you right now because you never hold ice water. Everything you know, you don't have to tell. But anyways, he's telling. So he's telling them to check Windermere because he said Esme always been. Every time you look around, she's been found on the pier. Mama, why do you keep doing this? She's been found on the pier, so obviously she's been coming to and from Windermere, to and from Windermere, and so they're like, okay. So if we should check that out again, and so they're like, okay. And so Elizabeth's sitting there like, oh God, she like, oh God. Oh God, they're gonna tell this. They gonna tell. They're gonna find out. And so then, Terry and Elizabeth, they finish up their because they talk later on. And Elizabeth just said, "If you need anything, Terry, let me know." And she said, "Okay." So then Michael and Willow are at the hospital. And Willow, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Y'all know I can't stand them. And I told you in the new year, I'm not doing it. If I don't really like a character, I'm not spending all that time on them. So Michael and Willow talking. She tells him, why can't you forgive your daddy? Why can't you show your daddy in a leniency? Because he wants, like, he's because Michael said Carly, he doesn't like being around my mother, Carly, because he knows she's lost respect. I said, I don't even think Sonny cares about being around Carly or not. To be honest with you, what I've seen, he don't really care. They're not around each other. Carly don't want to be around him either because she doesn't look at him with the same respect, and neither and Willow's like, I guess that's got to be hard for him, and maybe that's why he's all on Nina, because she tells him what he wants to hear and what he needs to hear, and he says he's just tired of everybody trying to make him have a relationship with his daddy when he don't want one. And I said, sir, well, you ain't telling Willow the truth. This gonna be blow up in your face. I feel like this gonna blow up in your face. But anyways, they go in the office with, she just tells him to think about his relationship with Sonny. They go up in the office with Terry, and she tells them Willow's red blood count, and it's not, the chemo didn't do what they thought it was gonna do. Everything is lower. It didn't get better. It got worse. And so they say, okay, we can do this bone marrow. And they say it's risky. And they start talking about we might have to take the baby early because she's 8 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant. Esme is 7 months. What's about to happen here? Anyways, so they say we might have to take the baby early, and she's like, oh my gosh, because she don't want that to happen, right? And but anyways, they continue to talk, and she leaves because they said, but we have the bone marrow match, and just give me a moment. And so she leaves, and Michael and Willow talking there. Willow is like, oh, I don't know about taking the baby early. I don't know about a premature baby. So she's second guessing this, and then Terry comes back, and she has bad news, which is the bad news is to tell them, um your donor didn't pass I thought Britt was gonna be the donor, but they said the donor didn't pass the physical. I said, baby, I looked at their Instagram and saw what was supposed to happen at General Hospital this week. That's why y'all got this review today, honestly, because it wasn't much of a soap. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't much of the soap. But I'm tuned in this week because y'all know I can't stand Drew and Carly because I think they're boring. But baby, I want to hear when he finds out that she lied. This is all supposed to come out this week, and I am here for it. Don't be teasing me, acting like it's about to happen, and then it doesn't happen this week. I will be upset. I will protest General Hospital, but let's move on. Because then we see, so they're upset because her bone marrow, they weren't a match. She said sometimes they are their bone marrow is a match, but then they gotta go through a physical, and she ain't passed that physical. Her doctor won't sign off on it. So then that's it with that, y'all. They just gonna we're gonna have to find another way. And Michael said, whatever resources you need, let me know. So then we see Sonny and Spencer go to Windermere, and Uncle Victor is there, and he said, what y'all doing here? And Spencer said, I'm going to live with Sonny. He said, and Spencer said, you can't stop me because my thing said I had to be with you until my release date, official or release date. That time has been passed, so I can move around how I want to now, and I'm about to go live with my Uncle Sonny. And Victor said, no, you need to work things out with your daddy here and all that. And then Spencer tells him, listen, ain't no working out with my daddy. Not only you heard about Esme, he said, yeah, I heard about Esme and been found. He said, she pregnant with my father's child. And Victor said, say what now? And so Spencer said, I need you to understand this, Uncle Victor. I cannot be in this house. And Victor said, go on, pack your things. Because even Victor can't make this boy stay knowing this is going on. So when Spencer leaves, he tells Sonny, we need to talk to each other. Mom, I'm about to turn this down just a little bit. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. He said, let's talk. And Sonny said, have a seat. And Sonny said, I'm cool. What you want to talk about? What you need to talk about? And he said, well, I wanted to talk about Spencer and everything that's going on with him. And I just wanted to, you need to help him get back in his father's good grace. Like, help him not get it back in Nicholas' good graces, because baby Nicholas need to get it back in Spencer's good graces. But he says you need to tell him, try to build some kind of relationship with his son. I said, now, Sonny, you are going through some things with Michael. So I would think that even though Nicholas undid some wrong, you would understand, Sonny, I love me some Sonny, but Sonny can be a hypocrite. And I'm objective. I could talk about my favorites the way they should be talked about. Sonny is a true hypocrite for this. You did wrong too. And even though I feel like that's their relationship, like Carly and Sonny's relationship really don't have anything to do with Michael, and Michael is taking this a step too far, you still are not in a good place with your son. And if you could work it out and someone could help you work it out, you would want them to do that. So don't do that to Spencer, because Spencer does have reason to be mad at Nicholas. Like, Nicholas slept with his girlfriend and got her pregnant. That's different between what you and Michael got going on. But you could still facilitate Spencer, just try to understand your dad. Even though you don't have to forget, like what he did or forgive what he did, but try to have some kind of communication with him so that y'all can build some type of relationship. That's all Victor was asking. And Sonny told him, don't you bring my family's name up in your mouth or you won't bring it up again. And I said, Sonny, okay, Sonny. But Victor was just like, well, sheesh, I thought you would understand. And I said, no, he don't understand. Sonny don't understand stuff when it don't, he can't stand Nicholas. He cannot stand Nicholas. So he was never going to understand. But anyways, Victor says we don't never know how much time we have left. And so they said, what does that mean? And I said, Victor, what kind of diagnosis have you gotten? Are you sick? What's going on here? And so, anyways, Spencer comes down and he tells his Uncle Victor, no matter what people say about you, you know, he cares about him, and he's a good man. And I said, and Sonny's like, child, and I said, child, go on, Spencer. He only good to you. So then Nicholas come home because he done talking to Alexis, but wait, because Spencer said Dimitri was on the north, is going to the North Tower cleaning it, and Victor said the North Tower is shut down, and Spencer said, I don't know, I guess it's open back up again. And so now Nicholas came home, and Victor said we need to talk about the North Tower, and he got that broken ornament. I said, baby, Dimitri, how long was it gonna take you to clean this? Why did it take you so long? But anyways, and you know nobody's supposed to be in the North Tower. Why are you telling Spencer stuff, Dimitri? Now D. But anyway, so Ava talking to Nina, because Nina looking through some of Britt's work, and she said, "Oh, it looks like Britt has Aunt Lisa just gathered so much stuff, and she done broke some HIPAA laws. She done brought some people medical records home." And so Nina said, "I need to separate these so I could take her back to the hospital because this is sensitive paperwork." And so they started talking or whatever, right? They started talking about what was they talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. They were talking about you know, Lisa's not doing well. She's in Nina's room and she's napping, right? And she's not doing well. But I mean, it's the day after her daughter was murdered by the hook killer. So of course she's not doing well. And so they're talking about that, and then Ava starts talking about, Esme, and she said, yeah, Esme showed up, and she pregnant with Nicholas' baby, and Nina was me too. What? I said, I'm everybody's reaction. When Laura found out, when Trina found out, baby, Alexis was really me, because y'all know I'm dramatic. And then when Nina found out, baby, what? Nicholas, what you been doing too much? And so she said, yeah, girl, she pregnant. And guess what? Guess who gonna get Windermere? Ava's doing the happy dance because she said, I'm about to take Windermere. I already had that meeting with Victor. I'm about to call my lawyer. I'm getting it. And so then Sonny comes through, right? And so they all talking, and he said he know about Nicholas and Esme and all that, because they need to ask him about Spencer. And Ava was like, what about Spencer? And he said he's gonna be staying with me. And she says, well, I hate that for Spencer. He was like, you being apologizing to Spencer, who would have thought it? She said he actually apologized to me. Spencer actually gave me an apology. Gave me an apology, and because of that, her and Spencer have grown closer or whatever. And so he's like, okay, well, that's good. And she said, it plus, guess who's gonna get Windermere? And Sonny said, well, congratulations, Ava. And she said, thank you. Let me go, child. So she going on about her business, right? And so I said, girl, I don't know if you're gonna still get it now. But Sonny and Nina are talking, and she tells him, she gonna go check on Lisa and do some other things. And so he sits down because she needs him right now, and he knows it. So he sits down and he looks down at one of the files, because it's just out in the open, and he sees a piece of paperwork or whatever. He's like, oh, and I said, is it Willow? Is this Willow's file? But baby, I am ready for this week. All this is supposed to come to a head. Drew supposed to find out Carly was lying to him. I don't know if they're gonna find out Nina is the mama or not, but it looked like on the preview on Instagram that they're gonna find all this out, and Nikki is ready for this. Okay. But anyways, y'all, that was General Hospital today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for an all-new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital Edition. Again, I will be going live on Friday the 13th. 7 Eastern, mama, I'm talking 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 on the West Coast. Thank you so much for watching.